Hi guys, I hope everybody's doing well. We're going to tap in. We're going to get some messages. Let's call in our angels, saints, ancestors, and guides into our space to provide divine love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. We're surrounded in divine white light. So it is and so it will be. All right. Ooh. Queen of Pentacles, Five of Swords. I feel like there's been a lot going on behind the scenes here, right? I feel like you stay to your own business, right? You're not worried about what's going on behind, the scenes here. I feel like this person cares about what's going on behind their back. I feel like they're often having to look over their shoulder, okay? I feel like they've done things that they need to look over their shoulder for. It could have something to do with someone who's in this Queen of Pentacles energy. They could be talking, lying, slandering, okay? Manipulating, trying to control something that somebody has, okay? Or the representation of somebody and their strengths, okay? Someone doesn't like someone's strengths. Someone would like to create some sort of instability for this person who I'm picking up on, all right? Could be a feminine, but it doesn't have to be, okay? So we're going to do another shuffle here. I feel like it has something to do with what you do, okay? Because that really talks about like occupation, something that you're mastering, like a skill, okay? I see a Four of Pentacles here. So I'm getting like it could be, someone maybe did something for the sake of greed, gratification, maybe even like secret motives, okay? And I'm getting like, look at King of Wands. So they may have done something so that like they can take advantage of a situation. And now that they're in the Four of Pentacles and you're the Queen of Pentacles, it's like their moves, whatever moves they made, they did not gain, at least not long term, not like longevity. They may have had short-term gains, okay? All right, so what's this King of Wands here? Strength. All right, so there's someone maybe, I'm getting hit. There's that Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm getting maybe someone's finding themselves, in a position where they may have to hold back now, or they've been holding back. Maybe they're trying to find the courage, okay, maybe to ask for something, maybe even a favor. Someone could be holding on to a situation because of the need to have certain things in their life, like maybe where they're at, they're having to hold on tightly. Maybe I'm getting like there's something about like a house, a home, a car, a place to sleep, food on the table, like the basic necessities in life, like for stability and security. Something is ending here. Something's transitioning here. All right, so the death is like accepting the inevitable, that maybe something needs to end regardless of like, the appearance of things. I feel like someone's holding on to appearances. Someone could be holding on to someone for appearances because they don't want something to end. All right, so there's like trying to control, right? Someone's trying to control the situation from ending. All right, Three of Swords. Okay, so there could be some sort of heartache and betrayal. And then look, the Tower right here. Five of Wands. This could represent like a coordinated effort here. Ace of Swords. Maybe they did something that was unethical. Emperor. Could have done something for money. Okay. Someone maybe had like, there's something about a coordinated effort, okay, to kind of come after someone and prevent them from moving on from somebody. Okay, I have the Emperor, the Six of Cups, and the High Priestess. So there's some sort of hidden motives, hidden secrets, some sort of like guidance, intuitive insights here, something that maybe others would, it's almost like somebody knows something that they would not have otherwise known unless they were able to tap into some sort of hidden knowledge, hidden wisdom, intuition. Six of Cups. This can either represent somebody new coming into your life, okay, is what I'm getting. And I'm getting like this is someone who like holds themselves accountable, is responsible, respected, has integrity, has morals, okay. I feel like what you've been seeking is also seeking you, okay. I'm getting like whatever was going on in the past is where you're going to leave it, right? I feel like it showed you what you needed to see so that this is something that you can heal. All right, so let's see. You might have some like kindred spirit energy here. I have the Tower coming out. All right, we have Justice coming out. Okay, there's the Chariot falling on the floor. I can't read it. Okay, what we got? Yeah, the Chariot. The Devil at the bottom of the deck. Look at my post-it note. Take note. Take notes. All right. Okay. Yeah, I feel like there's something that's, you know, something's ending and something's rising. Okay, I'm getting this rise energy. Rising from the ashes. Okay. Whatever needs to go is going to go. And it's like not resisting. Okay. Look at whatever needs to go is going. Change is inevitable. And I feel like someone is all about the change. Someone's bringing change. Okay. This Tower is bringing justice and change. That's one thing you can count on is like death, law, taxes, and change. Right? Balance is being restored here. Okay. And there was imbalance over here. All right. So I'm getting this Tower very much could be what's coming in to kind of like clear up the mess. Okay. I'm getting with the Five of Wands. You know, there was an excessive amount of effort, okay? And there could be, like, people at each other, blaming each other, fighting, creating chaos, drama. I'm getting like there very much could be proof of what was going on that was a coordinated effort that I'm getting is illegal and unjust. And I feel like there's a higher authority involved here. Okay, so this could be playing out as it relates to like legal issues. There could be even like financial restitution to somebody if they were defaming someone's character, business, or anything like that. It's illegal. Gang stalking is illegal. Harassing is illegal. You know, stealing people's content is illegal. Blocking someone's ability to work and provide for their family, and getting themselves involved and involving others to bully is illegal. Okay, so I feel like there's a lot of like things out here that maybe are going to be dealt with. Okay, they very much could be feeling a bit like scared at this time because they're not sure like how this might, like, see this angel, like this is a bit of like they know not what they do energy. So there is a lesson playing out with this. Okay, I feel like I'm also getting there could have been attempts of preventing somebody from having clarity about a situation or someone from the past. I feel like someone may have, you know, tapped into some sort of gift that they hold. There's this wanting to prevent someone from being in this energy or having access to this information. or seeing somebody in this kind of light. So there may have been attempts to defame someone, okay, so that they're seen in a different light, okay? I'm getting like whatever was done is crumbling so that there can be balance restored, okay? So there is this moving on, moving towards a new beginning, a new cycle in life. And there could have been attempts to prevent this energy from ascending and moving on to a new cycle, okay? It's like wanting to keep someone stuck in the karmic, you know, experience here, where someone's learned and applied what they learned to elevate and evolve off this karmic wheel and into their fate and destiny. So there's an attempt to kind of keep someone back, hold someone back, okay? So, all right. So why are they, okay, we have the Fool with the Strength card. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Empress. We have the Emperor, so feminine and masculine energy. So this could be happening to a divine masculine. This could be happening to a feminine. We have the Magician. So they were using energy manipulation, okay, magic, okay. A whole group was, in order to prevent a Empress from rising to their authority, their spiritual authority, and being of service, okay? So they could be plotting and planning on how to get to this feminine energy, okay? There's something like on the horizon that's coming in, and it's like, ooh, I wonder what's coming in for them. I wonder if I can benefit. I wonder how I can get access to this, all right? Because where they're at, everything's falling apart. There's that Eight of Swords. Yeah, what's being seen clearly is just how like unstable this truly is. So someone could be dealing with some sort of like mental anguish, okay? And so they're leading and projecting this energy. They could feel very like at their wit's end, okay? Maybe dealing with the truth and being exposed is really causing someone some uncomfortableness. Like the truth being revealed is like someone's worst nightmare, okay, is what's coming true. So all the work someone did to try to cover something up or, you know, prevent someone else from being seen in their true light and authenticity, okay? I feel like there was so much that was done to manipulate the situation and people, okay, that it's not working and affecting who they thought it would. It's returning, okay? You're protected, so it's returning back to the sender. And I'm getting the sender is being mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically affected. Okay, so this is like a spiritual prison, being bound, being stuck, being imprisoned, okay? Someone could be feeling like they're imprisoned, okay, and surrounded by dark forces. So if they wanted this for you, they're experiencing this now, right? The energy that they used to feed off your energy, and that might have been what they were all doing, okay? But now they're no longer feeding off of you. They're being directed back to where they were sent from. So it's like a return to sender, okay? So their energy is being siphoned. Their energy is being affected. Yeah, we have a Seven of Cups. We have an Emperor here. Yeah, someone is having to access other sources to feel complete, feel whole. There's like this fantasy land, right? There's this obsession. There could be this overindulgence. There could be trickery or spell casting or substances at play, like numbing, Okay, and then I have the Lovers clarifying the Six of Cups. There could be some sort of like, someone's needing to face the truth, accept responsibility here. The Lovers is, you know, just because you can doesn't mean you should, right? There's like, you know, how you treat people and how you don't treat people, and what you think you can get away with and what you can't. And I'm getting like someone may have, again, like chosen temptation in a situation instead of, you know, something that they promised commitment of. And I feel like they did it for the sake of like, maybe they didn't feel worthy of you, so they felt the need to make you be unworthy so that you wouldn't leave them and they could leave you first, I'm getting. And it was as a result of insecurity. And so someone seeing like what's playing out in their life is as a result of their own fears, limitations, and insecurities, and how they project these on other people, and it creates havoc, okay? So what you learned in this whole process is that you don't need someone else to define your worth, okay? You're valuable no matter what. And you're not going to settle for something less. You're not going to stay with someone who's going to make you feel unworthy, okay? And at the same time, chase others because they're insecure. I'm getting there's a bit of that. And there's a whole like, you know, ganging up and bullying somebody because someone may have been rejected and it wounded them because they are insecure. And so they went on this rampage to devalue someone because of rejection. There was this whole retaliation here. They may like associate with like a party group, or there's a lot of drinking, partying, maybe even like sexual exchanges here, okay? I feel like, you know, that's what somebody chose. So that was their temptation, was to party, to continue to party, have that kind of lifestyle, that alternative lifestyle, entertain others behind someone's back instead of being committed in a relationship. And so because someone didn't want to accept that in their relationship, they wanted something that was what was agreed upon in the beginning and not have other people in their dynamic. That boundary set created some sort of affliction here for this person, and as a result there was some sort of like, yeah, I feel like there was a coordinated effort against this person. You might be the Empress, or you might be the Emperor that I'm talking about, that this group did this to. Again, King of Wands. Someone who's very, you know, egocentric. Someone whose ego may have been bruised because you didn't want to be in a relationship with someone who was in a relationship with many. And you stood your ground. Because this also represents like holding your ground, speaking your truth, and being honest. And having integrity and morals. Whether it cuts or not, right? Four of Cups, clarifying the Tower. Justice is being served, and this is coming to an end, okay? Something that you don't see coming could be on its way here. Someone might want to reach out to you. Here's a Queen of Cups here, and the Chariot, so you could be seen as the Queen of Cups. Okay, someone who's loving, caring, kind, empathic, psychic. All right, I feel like whatever experience this was and whatever is playing out in your life, it's like noted in the Akashic records. Like this was, maybe you were sent into their life to see how they would treat this blessing and gift that you are, that you offer. You're being seen as like either the feminine or the masculine here. So there was something that was meant to be learned. Okay, with this energy, with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like you learned what you needed to learn in this situation. I feel like someone may have failed the test when it came to you, and they chose temptation over love. And that showed you that you can't move on to the new cycle with this person. You have to leave them behind. And so you may be going into this new cycle by yourself. Okay, you've been guided to work on your certain projects and see these to completion. So it's like they had a choice to make and they made their choice, and therefore this union, right, the Six of Cups union here, it's almost like someone's moving on here, right, and someone's staying back because there's like a sense of completion here, and it's as a result of like fairness, balance, harmony, justice playing out. I feel like someone entertained the many, okay, and I feel like someone is very like not interested in anything that might have been, right? Only, you know, open to something new that might come in. And even then they might be like, I don't know about this. So you could be like, you know, the love I have is for myself right now. However, if there's something new on the horizon, I might be open to it. I'm getting that energy. But you're not moving into this new cycle with this past person. They chose temptation instead. All right. The moon. Yeah, this represents like the cycles playing out here, right? The evolution, the goddess energy, the intuition. And then I have an Ace of Cups. It's like what you don't see on the other side of this is divine love. So whatever you went through taught you that the only person who can really devalue you is you, right? You learned so much in this process, and I feel like you're taking this with you, and no one can, you know, affect that. And I'm getting like whatever you went through was worth it because you know what's on the other side. And what's on the other side is divine love, and that is worth waiting for. Because this is a vibration that you hold. And this is what somebody may not have valued, I'm getting, but you do, right? You value this. King of Pentacles. Okay. Seven of Swords. Four of Wands. And the Hanged Man. Well, and then we have still the Ace of Cups. Well, there's some sort of like commitment over here that someone is running away from. I feel like this is, you know, maybe they've experienced deception, betrayal, lying, slandering, okay, an ending of something. It's almost like they want to like take a break from somebody and try to come and see you to see if you're open to what they have planned. They're realizing that they're in some sort of position of restriction where they may not have what they used to have, okay? They may have like done things for the sake of appearance, ego, wealth, right? They may want to make sure that they come back and interrupt something that might be on its way, like kind of like head someone off at the pass. Like maybe what they did is they said a whole lot about you to keep people away from you, but then they're realizing like, oh, wait a minute, people are interested in this person. How am I going to get back and block this? How do I get myself back into this energy? And then I have like this stagnancy, this time away, this time out, this, you know, being caught up in their own drama to the point where they are not going to make it. right? So there could be an energy of like feeling like time's running out, right? Maybe whatever they've got going on, there's so much drama and chaos that they can't get away from whatever commitment they're currently in. This could be them wanting to come back because they want to tell you how they feel, but maybe they're hung up in some way. Okay. The Sun in reverse. Yeah, I feel like someone is really unhappy. Okay. They're miserable in their current situation. They feel trapped. They want to escape. They feel like they have no protection. Okay. They feel like everything's stacked up against them. All right. Someone feels like they're a victim. Someone feels like they can't defend themselves in the situation, and they want to use that as a way to convince you to help them with the healer energy of the star, right? Because they realize that they're destined for defeat, and they want to try to save face. However, this is fated, and they feel like they have a way of, I feel like they want to manipulate this somehow. All right. Yeah, look at Six of Wands. There's that like victory, recognition, support. Yeah, it's like somebody, oh my gosh, this is nuts. It's like somebody wants to leave what they thought was victorious and where they were celebrating before. They're finding out that like there's nothing to celebrate here. In fact, they want to run back to where they were, like switch teams. Look at this. It's almost like they don't want to fight for what they've been fighting for before, but now they want to go and switch. Look. That's crazy. They're like, oh, I want to go where the money's at. I want to go where the fame's at. I want to go where the clout's at. I want to go where the popular person's at. Right? Knight of Pentacles. Someone's evaluating some sort of investment, right? There's this energy that wants to make a move. I feel like someone is unbothered and focused on their projects. So this could be something that's coming towards you that is going to help expand. I'm getting expansion. Maybe somebody wants to invest in something that you're investing in. Maybe somebody has an idea to improve what you do. And then I have a Page of Cups. Someone is thinking about leaving everything behind and maybe coming towards you in some way. Maybe they're going to ask for your help because they don't know how to deal with what they sent your way. So it's like they conjured all this shit, sent it your way, and now you don't resonate with that and you don't accept that. And so it's returning back to them, and now they need your help to defeat what they sent your way. Do you know how ridiculous that is? Unbelievable. Like you would help them. Right? Like God took them out of your life for a reason. Okay? Look at, someone's going from a king to a page. Someone is being like downgraded. Someone who thought that they were the shit is no longer the shit. Okay? Yeah, we have spiritual lessons playing out here. I feel like things are falling apart. Someone is being found out, and it could be playing out in multiple areas of their life, right? There's, you know, all kinds of things that seem like they're untrue, they're lies. It's like someone's believing their own lies, but they don't realize like they're hurting themselves in this situation. Like every bad decision is affecting them, not anybody else. It's it's like God's involved at this point. Like at some point, you know, you're creating nothing but like wars, right? Like they think they're fighting a war against you. They're not. They're fighting a war against God. Okay? They're being seen as the wolf in sheep's clothing. They're being seen for the one that can't be trusted. It's like the Benedict Arnold, right? The Judas. 6 of Pentacles. The Judas. Yeah, like, you know, you're being asked to share whatever you have with those you come across in whatever way that is, okay? Regardless of whether they like it or not. It's none of their business what you do with your life. They no longer have a place in your life. Look, 9 of Swords. Yeah. They're being afflicted by the shit they sent your way. All right? So they're going to have to deal with it. Because this is, you know, you get what you pay for. Okay, and I feel like it also involves others. It's not just them. I feel like they stood by and watched and let it happen and didn't say anything. So they're also guilty by association. There's that sheep, right? Those that sat back and watched, okay? Continue to watch, actually. They too will be going through their own experiences to learn. All right. Look, we have the Devil coming out and we have the Sun in reverse. That's explanatory. Ace of Wands. Yeah, I feel like this is spiritual war here. Right? They want a war, they got a war. All right? This is like God's wrath. Okay? Yeah. No, this is like no weapon formed against me shall prosper. No matter what you send, no matter what the hell you send this way. There's an Emperor. Okay, we have the 7 of Cups, and then we have the 7 of Wands in reverse, 7, 7. Then I have Ace of Wands. Okay. So 7s also represent like personal development. Okay, growth and development. I feel like this person is refusing to be accountable for their own shit. Okay, so they're blaming somebody else. Okay, they're refusing to do their own personal development. This is for their personal development. They're just not seeing that clearly because they're in their ego. Okay, I feel like they will see clearly soon. There's this illumination playing out. There's this guiding, being guided and guiding. And trust the ability to guide. Trust the ability to be guided. Right? You are this light worker. Okay? You're here to bring peace, harmony. Okay? You may transmute and alchemize energy. I feel like you've turned a really difficult situation into a positive one. And you're being respected for that. And you deserve that respect. It's like peacemaker energy. Okay, we have 3 of Cups. Okay, so that's also playing out over here with this energy. Like everybody in the pool. Okay, there's like whatever group, coven, friend group, work group, family group, whatever this is representing. I feel like they're all feeling the wrath that they called upon themselves, mind you. Okay, somebody thought that they could be very promiscuous, okay, and make money doing so. And so I feel like they may have been caught up in the act, okay? They're at a place of loss, rejection. Yeah, okay, King of Swords, Page of Swords. 2, 2, 2 on the timer. Okay, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, I'm getting somebody thought that they could, yeah, play with this third party and, you know, no one would be the wiser and then they could make money doing it. So I'm getting somebody may have like made unwise investments. Okay, and they could be dealing with something here. All right, yeah, Knight of Cups, more about like that exchange of energy, the devil energy, the temptation energy. Look at, I just caught that and it flipped. 5 of Cups. Someone realizes that, you know, it wasn't all cracked up to be. Okay, it could be water sign energy, could be fire sign energy, could be earth sign energy. Someone realized like the investments made here were not fruitful. And, you know, they had something really good and they didn't value it. And so they don't get a chance at that again. Like it's game over. Right? You don't get a chance at that kind of love again. Yeah. They may be praying, they could be meditating, they could be needing healing at this time. There may be a reach out saying, hey, I'm seeking help, you know. So there could be a bit of that. There also could be a bit of like, I'm sorry as well. But I'm getting like this person tends to play the victim. So they realized, you know, they lost their family. They lost too much to really consider that these were wise decisions. I feel like they're learning that about themselves. Like what's, you know, why do we make the decisions that we make? Why do we choose what we choose for ourselves? Like, what do I need to look at so that I don't continue to repeat this? Someone could be dealing with mental health. Okay, they may be dealing with trauma from their childhood that has been resurfacing and playing out and afflicting them as well as others, right? I feel like you've moved on towards peace and you're not interested in what's playing out here. Okay, I feel like they could be experiencing rejection, betrayal, heartbreak. I feel like they're realizing that they broke their own heart by making these decisions and taking these actions. I feel like you're gone. You're gone, you're gone, you're gone. And they have to face their reality now that they can't get you back. And, you know, sometimes that's the harsh truth, right? It's bittersweet. Many of us feel freed. Some of them feel trapped. And some of them will feel lost forever because they choose what they choose, okay? And they're unwilling to put the work in. So, if anything, what we can do as a collective is pray for them that they find the healing that they need, okay? Because we all need to move on from the past and chart a new course and believe in new possibilities because they're possible. And I feel like everybody can change if they choose to. I am certainly evidence of that, right? I've been through quite a transformation. And so maybe they're watching your transformation unfold. And so you're kind of that, you're the evidence. You're the proof. The proof is in the pudding, yeah? All right. Well, continue to hold yourself in high regard. You deserve to be there. And I feel like it's time to celebrate your life. It's time to know your value and worth. And don't ever doubt yourself. You're very worthy. You're very knowledgeable. You're very strong in your faith and your commitment. And you've shown that. You've proved that. And you standing up, right, for a cause, your beliefs, for yourself in the situation, people respect that. And you are being honored. And so I send my high five, high five, high five, high five. Sending you guys lots of love, and I'll see you guys on the next reading. Bye now.